What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to a new video. I hope you're all good. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at some crazy battles I did in the Retro Cup. Better late than never, but we got there in the end. So this team I'm running is Shadow Scyther in the lead, and we're going to have Zangoose in the back, and then either side of two very glassy Pokemon, we're going to have Thickitung, just to give us that bulk. This Scyther I'm using is actually a rank 95, so pretty good IVs. I don't know if you've seen my video using it in the Ultra League, but it was a lot of fun, and this is the first time I'm going to be trying out in the Great League, so let's go straight into the battles. Picking up a really terrible lead with the Crobat, so we're making instant swap into Thickitung, and they're staying in, and they're going to hit us with a Poison Fang, no doubt, and then probably dip. So expecting them to swap out, but they don't, so that's quite good for us. We want them to stay here. Unfortunately, I think they did sneak through an Air Slash when we went through the Body Slam, but we're just going to chip away at this thing. Are we going to commit our first shield here? I think I might actually let it go through, because we can probably get to a Body Slam, and then obviously we can survive that second Poison Fang, no worries at all. So they do commit a shield as expected. Unfortunately, we won't be able to get up to a third Body Slam, but we have put them into the red within farm down range for the Zangoose, which is quite dangerous with energy. So going for another Poison Fang, I'm going to shield it up because Zangoose is so glassy, we don't want to get it too low. They come in with a Swampert, so that's actually pretty good for us, and we choose to catch the Hydro Cannon on the Scyther, so actually going for a sacrifice here, and in comes Raichu. So that was actually quite a good play for us, because a Night Slash is going to do a lot of damage to Raichu. Do they want to commit their last shield here? They don't commit it, and it just goes down. It shows how strong Zangoose is and how glassy the Yellow and Raichu is. So now it's a race to two moves against the Swampert. We're going to have to shield up one, but we should be able to get to back-to-back close combats, and one of these is definitely going to be taken out, the Swampert. So they shield the first one up, and then it's going to be Toodles to the Mudkipper. Get in the bin. The Zangoose is going to take the win, and just demonstrating there how dangerous Zangoose is with energy. Managed to pull it out from a tricky situation with that Crobat lead. So rolling on into the next one. Got Jellicent on the lead, so this is pretty good for Scyther. They are going to be resisting the fast move, but we can hit them with super effective Night Slash, and we're getting to it so quickly with that Fury Cutter energy generation. So they do shield up the first one, which is quite interesting, because usually you want to let the first one go through with any sort of these boost moves. So Night Slash, obviously, if we get the boost now, they're definitely going to have to shield up again. But we didn't get the boost the first time, and they actually hit us with a Bubble Beam bait, which we shielded up, because obviously a Shadow Ball will be KOing. Now we actually make a swap out into Thickitung to see if we can catch the Shadow Ball, but they just go for another Bubble Beam. So they've lowered their attack, but we have wasted their energy, and they've used both their shields, and they swapped into a Seismitoad, which is actually really good for the Thickitung, because we do have access to the Power Whip. So now we're going to count up the Mud Shots. I think we let 5 go, and then we decided to just go and throw the Power Whip before they get to another move, which does one shot, because obviously they're the same type in a Swampert with that water and ground double weak to grass. In comes a Hypno, so it shows why they brought in the Seismitoad, because obviously we would have been chunking into the Hypno with the Licks, and now we actually have a Night Slash stored, so we quickly swap into the Scyther when the switch timer come up. We take out that Hypno, wasting all of their energy, and we got the boost as well, so you know what that means. Definitely going to be shielding this up, because even though they're going to hit us with a Bubble Beam, I imagine this is probably going to take the Jellicent out. Let's have a little look, shall we? Goodbye, Jellyfish. The Scyther's done an absolute number on your team, and that was a really good one as well. Did you like that little swap in? I did. They were trying to farm us down with the confusions, quickly come in and took out that Hypno. They didn't know what had happened. So another terrible lead in the next one, Talonflame. Really awful for the Scyther, so we made that swap into Thickitung, and once again they're staying in. We were a little bit worried they were going to hit us with a Brave Bird, but we let it go either way, and we timed the Body Slam in line in case it was the Brave Bird. Then they would have been forced to use a shield, or it would have gone down, as they would have been double debuffed. So in this case, we're actually just going to shield up and now try and make it to a third Body Slam. More than likely they're going to shield up this Body Slam, and then we should be able to just outpace them before they get to another Flame Charge. But they do make a swap out into Blossom and waste our energy, because this is pretty much just going to be a complete sack with the Scyther coming in. So we're just going to build up a little bit of energy. We actually go straight for the X-Scissor, which was just because I wasn't completely familiar with the moveset, but I think it's Dazzling Gleam they get to, so we should have probably just built up as much energy as we could. Probably could have got to near enough 2 moves. Now we're sacking the Scyther, because in comes the Talonflame, but we're going to be able to build up some more energy on Zangoose, whatever they've got in the back, and it is Swampert again. So we're just going to be looking to build up to those 2 close combats and throw them back to back like we did in the first game. I think at this range a close combat should be taking them out, and we're just able to outpace them before they get to a second Hydro Cannon, or they let that go through and it almost one-shots. One more Shadow Claw, and we're able to take the win once again with the Zangoose. What a fun Pokemon it is to use. So now we've got another terrible lead with the Golbat, and we swap straight into Thickitung, and they are staying in once again. So everyone is actually staying in when we make these swaps to the Licky, which is quite surprising. Now they come in with their own normal type, which is the Munchlax, and this is going to be quite a boring matchup now, because we're both doing double resisted leg damage to each other, and we're just going to be going for the Body Slam spam. They're obviously going to outpace us now that we've already taken some damage and our attack is debuffed, but we're just going to look to put on as much pressure as we can, and then we're obviously going to come in with one of the other 2 Pokemon and look to farm them down. So at this range, we're definitely going to survive another body slam, let it go through, and then we're probably just going to go for a power whip now, because we're not going to make it to 2 moves, and this is going to be doing more damage. And even though we're debuffed, we're almost able to keep pace with them. It shows how good Thickitung is. And now what are we going to come in with now? We're debating what to bring in. Either way, we're going to have to shoot up a body slam because it's going to do a lot of damage to both Pokemon. We come in with Zangoose as we can get a large farm with the double resisted Shadow Claws. So we get a ton of energy off them. And then we've got Snorlax now. So we've still got that Golbat in the back, which we're going to have to deal with pretty much the Zangoose. Once again, the Scyther is just like, come on, let me see some play. So we go for a Night Slash bait and they did shield it up. So now we're going to go straight for the close combat as we pretty much run away. And then let that go through. Does so much damage to the Snorlax. And then we catch the body slam on the Scyther, because we just need to keep that Zangoose alive. We managed to get to a Night Slash before they can actually wing attack us down, which is really good. This is going to do a decent amount of damage, and they commit their last shield, which is perfect for us. Now we come in with a Zangoose, and things are looking really hairy, but there might still be a way to win this. Gonna have to let this first one go through, because they're definitely going to get to another one, and we managed to sneak through a Shadow Claw there, and that could be incredibly crucial. So now we're going to go for those back-to-back Night Slashes and take out the Golbat, and then I think the Snorlax has a little bit of health left in the back. We actually get the boost, so that's absolutely amazing. We're going to need that to farm down the Snorlax. Let's see how much health it's got. Can we take them out? Yes, we can. And we managed to pull out another crazy win from a terrible, terrible lead. When I put this team together, I wasn't expecting it to perform so well, but I did really, really well with it. I went on a crazy winning run, and it was a ton of fun. So let's get into another one. We've got Whiscash on the lead for us, which is really, really good. We're going to be double resisting the ground typing, so they can only really go for a Blizzard. And I don't think they realise that because they haven't built up to a Blizzard. So look at that Mud Bomb. Does so little damage to such a glassy Pokemon, and we are holding off on throwing out energy, and they come in with a Noctowl, which is a core breaker to this team. Normal flying types are going to be a massive problem, as we don't have any Pokemon that can put on any fast move pressure. We've got 2 Pokemon with a ghost type fast move and 1 with the bug type in. So we're going to have to stay here with the Licky and just try and do some damage with the body slams. They did actually shield up that first one, so that's not great. We didn't want them to do that at all. We are letting their Sky Attack go through, which is quite surprising. I thought I would have committed a shield to the Thickitung, as we do need to do some damage to it, but we're going to probably be able to get up to those 2 body slams anyway. So it is probably wise to keep the shields for those 2 glassy Pokemon in the back. And now we're able to get off some damage finally, and they make a unfull swap into Whiscash, so we're just going to quickly swap into the Scyther and take this thing out. We should be able to get a little bit more farm. Yeah, 1 more Fury Cutter. So we've got some energy to go against the Noctowl. We don't quite get it off before they throw a charge move, so we're forced to use one of our shields, but 2 Night Slashes is probably going to be taking us out. We do over farm by a little bit, so we've got a bit of residual energy to go for whatever comes in after the Noctowl. Unfortunately, we're not getting the boost from these Night Slashes, it looks like. No, so the Noctowl goes down. What have they got? It's the Wall Rain coming in, so we're going to be able to do some chip with this Scissor, but it's not really going to matter because we're going to be able to come in with Zangoose and just completely obliterate them with the close combat. And I don't think they can even get to an Icicle Spear and an Earthquake, so we just shield up that one to make sure, and we go for the close combat, which at this point is complete overkill. Goodbye, Wally. And the Zangoose taking the win again. What a powerful closer. And we roll on into the next one against Donny Eagle. Let's see what they've got for us. So another terrible lead with the Celio. So we make an instant swap into Thickitung. Expecting they're going to make a swap out now as well, but they do actually stay in and throw some energy against us. So let's see what they throw. They're throwing Aurora Beam. So in comes Altaria now, and that's actually pretty good for us because neither of our other 2 Pokemon really want to see this. So now we're going to get off some body slams against it. Really hoping they don't shield any of these up because we need to chip away at the Altaria. It's incredibly bulky, and I say it's definitely going to tear into both of our other 2 Pokemon. So we're just about to get up to a 3rd body slam. Unfortunately, they get to a Sky Attack, so we are going to commit a shield. Probably just try and force a shield out of them. If they let this go through, then that's happy days because we really want to do some more chip anyway. We're probably going to be forced to come in with the Zangoose. We're just getting them into farm down range now, so we're going to come in with that Zangoose and farm down with Shadow Claws. We're definitely going to have to shield this up because the Sky Attack is going to near enough take us out. So we do farm them down the whole way, and let's see what they got in the back. Is there a chance for us to win it? They've actually got Noctowl as well, so this is not looking good for us at all. We're going to go for the Night Slash, and they do let it go through, which to be honest isn't really a surprise. So we're just going to go for the close combat now, which is going to do a lot of damage to them, and we bring in the Scyther, which is definitely going to get taken out by a Sky Attack. And at this point, it doesn't look good for us. We're not going to be able to farm this thing down at all, and then just as we get to a Night Slash anyway, they get to a Sky Attack. So they're going to be taking us out and taking the win, and that was pretty terrible. But what can you do? You come up against Double Flyer with a team that really does not want to see that. So we go into the next one, and another terrible lead. Macargo for the Scyther. So we swap into that Thickitung, and they are staying in. Now, they could do two things here. They go for the nuke overheat or go for Rock Tomb, but they do go for overheat. We let it go through, and now they swap out into Trevenant. So we're just going to get off this Power Whip before they get to a move. The Power Whip is a better option to go for because Body Slam's obviously double resisted. So the Power Whip does an okay amount of damage to them. They go for a Seed Bomb, and one more Shadow Claw takes us out. So now we're deciding what we want to bring in, and I think we're going to come in with the Scyther now. This is just a good opportunity to get some energy gain on that because we don't want to see any of the Incinerates from Macargo. We could have come in obviously with the Zangoose, but yeah, I thought it was a better opportunity just to build up energy on the Scyther. We're able to Fury Cut the Trevenant down all the way, which is pretty good, and now we've got some energy ready to go for that Macargo, and we're going to get off a Night Slash before they get through an Incinerate. I think we did deny them, which is good. Does a nice amount of damage to the Macargo. Now we swap out into Zangoose. They're still actually staying in and building up some energy, so we're going to go for the Night Slash and pressure a shield. They do shield it up, that's really good for us, and we sneak through a Shadow Claw. We have to throw this last shield, regardless of what it is. Even a Rock Tomb would have got us down really low, and they have Drift Blim in the back, so there is a chance we can still win this. We're going to go for that Night Slash, and it does draw the last shield. Can we get up to a second one? They just get to the Icy Wind before we can get there, but can we hang on? We just hang on with 2 HP, so we go for the Night Slash now. Even though they've lowered our attack, this is going to do a decent amount of damage. Come back in with the Scyther, just get in a few more Fury Cutters to get up to 2 moves, get off this first Night Slash, goodbye Ghost Balloon, in comes the Fire Snarl, and the Scyther has got a handful of salt, throws it all on it, and it's just like, blah, 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 goodbye. Sorry. So into the next one we roll, we've got Swampert on the lead, so this is pretty okay for us. We will be able to tank one move, but it's still going to get us down very, very low, but we are double resisting those mud shots. So we go for a Night Slash, fishing for that boost once again, and you can see it just absolutely chunks the Swampert. It's not even a particularly strong move, so we do shield up that Hydro Cannon. We want to keep the Scyther in good health, and now we're going to fire off another Night Slash to pressure the shields. Definitely going to shield up this next Hydro Cannon as well and look to maybe Fury Cutter them down if possible. I doubt that's going to happen, but they do make an instant swap out now into Galvantula, which is fine. We're going to be able to get up to a Night Slash before they get to a move, and then I'm sure we're going to dip out into that Thickitung, and the Thickitung is going to do the damage sponge job, and hopefully we should still be able to take out the Galvantula. I would have thought even with a debuffed Body Slam, this is going to do a lot of damage to the Frail Electric Spider, so it does get them down pretty low, and we sneak through a couple of licks as they get off another lunge. So can we get up to another Body Slam, or can we just lick them down the whole way? We're just able to lick them down, so that's quite nice, but we are double debuffed, so this is pretty much going to do no damage, and we decide that we don't even want to get it off. That's how little damage it's going to do. I'm not really sure what we were playing out there at all. That's probably going to cost us. Why did we not get off a Power Whip? But to be fair, I'm not sure we're even going to be able to get up to a Night Slash with the Zangoose against the Trevenant. We should have just hit it, because we had it there and we would have won CMP Tire. So now they've just completely taken out the Zangoose, and this is looking hopeless. Go for that Night Slash to take out the Trevenant, and they make a really nice swap into the Swampert, so we undercharge, and our only win con now is to actually farm down, and we've got the boost as well. So can we get to a Night Slash? And we're actually going to take the win after that massive cock up. Take that Slim Trevi, and it's Scyther that takes the win. There you go, Liam, are you happy now? So yeah, into the next one we go. Hypno on the lead. This is actually pretty good for the Scyther because we're going to be doing super effective with all of our moves. We're going to go for that Night Slash once again, fishing for the boost, and we do actually get it this time, so things are looking quite nice now. We're going to definitely shield this up, and we're going to look to farm them down with the Fury Cutters, expecting they may have actually swapped out to stop that from happening, but they didn't, so they must be pretty content that their next Pokemon can take this damage from the Scyther. We go for a Night Slash here, which is pretty a misplay actually. We should have gone for X-Scissor, because likely we weren't going to get up to 2 moves anyway, so another boost wouldn't have mattered. So we come in with the Thickitung, and we're going to look to lick them down all the way. So let's see what they throw against us. It is the Earthquake going for that nuke, and in comes a Copper Gregus. So things are looking pretty good for us now. We've got the 2 Pokemon in the back that do resist Ghost. We're going to go straight for that Power Whip. No mucking about with the bait, but we could have actually gone for it because they did commit a shield. So that's fine. We just need to get the shields out of them. A Dark Pulse is definitely not going to KO the Thickitung. So we get to another Power Whip, and expecting they will let this one go through. But they do shield it up, so that's absolutely perfect. Now we're going to come in with that Zangoose, and we know we need to probably shield one move because even a Dark Pulse is going to do a lot of damage to this frail, goosey little thing. So now we're going to build up to 2 moves. They come in with Wall Rain. We're still farming. We were counting the moves, so we knew they weren't at another one. Just go for the Night Slash, taking out the Walrus, and we're going to take out the Coffin Dodger with a Night Slash, and that's going to be the end of this battle. And once again, Zangoose is just walking away from it, saying, I am the MVP of the Retro Cup. Into the next one, we've got Wolverine, and that's not very good for the Scyther at all. We'll make an instant swap out into that Thickitung, and in comes a Shadow Nidoqueen, and it's the first time I've seen this in these set of battles, which is quite surprising. Nidoqueen is absolutely everywhere usually, so a big shock to me that I haven't seen it as much, especially in these battles. This is the first time we've seen it. So we go for the body slam, and they do commit a shield, which is absolutely fine with us, and we're not going to commit shield. Oh, we are going to commit a shield, so stop chatting absolute ish. So we do commit a shield, and we're going to go for another body slam now, hoping that they think that we are a bit behind on energy than what we are. So we're going to get off one, and they commit the last shield, and then we get to another one. So just tempting them in, thinking that maybe they could farm us down, but actually we had more energy than we did. In comes Deoxys and counters us down, and you know it's time for the Scyther to come in. We're definitely going to have to shield this up regardless of what it is. Even if it's a Psycho Boost, it's going to do a lot of damage, so we did expect that, and we make an instant swap into the Zangoose, and we're going to go for a close combat, which is going to absolutely devastate the Walrus. Goodbye, Wally. And then the Deoxys comes in, and we're going to go for the Night Slash, which is going to chip away at the Deoxys, but it's definitely not going to get them low enough. And are we going to be able to get to a move with the Scyther? They surely are out of move now. Do they have Rock Slide? They must have Psycho Boost, Thunderbolt. So they do actually just go for the Psycho Boost, and we go for the X-Scissor, and we're going to take the win. So why didn't they just try and build up to a potential Thunderbolt? And they needed to do that because a Psycho Boost wasn't going to be enough. We were able to hang on there. So that was another great battle, and we go into the next one. Zangoose on the lead, so how fitting for this video. You've got the two glass cannons going head to head, so we're definitely going to shield this up. We're going to respect the Night Slash from the Zangoose. It looked like we CMP tied there, but actually we didn't. I thought I did actually hit it, so we're finally going to go for our Night Slash, expecting them to match the shields as well, but they let it go through, and look how much damage it did, and we Fury cut her down. So I'm not really sure if they knew what was going on with the Zangoose there, but it's not going to be able to take hardly any charge moves from anything. So we go for a Night Slash against the Frostlass that come in, and then we got the boost as well, so they're definitely going to have to commit another shield if they want to keep this thing alive, and they do commit the shield. So now we're looking nicely set up. What we're going to do is just bring in the Thickitung, because if we bring in the Zangoose, we're definitely going to eat two avalanches, and an avalanche will pretty much take the Zangoose out. So we're just going to let them hit us with two avalanches against the Licky, and then we're just going to probably swap out, I would have thought. That's exactly what we do. And they have Oranguru in the back, so that was a pretty smooth segue, wasn't it? So we're definitely going to have to shield this up, and then we're just going to look to build up as much energy as we possibly can, but the confusions will be chunking away at us, so we can't get ourselves too low, but we really need to leave this matchup with some loaded energy to take out the Frostlass. But this should be a comfortable win now. This is definitely going to take out the Oranguru, and are we able to get up to the Night Slash? We just get there, and this is definitely going to be taking out the Frostlass. So once again, Zangoose taking out the trash. Goodbye to the Frost Queen, and we roll on into the next battle. Let's see what we've got on the lead this time, and it is the Frost Queen once again, and it's really, really bad for the Scyther. So we make that instant swap into Thickitung, and in comes a Deoxys. So this is the thing, even in this cup, a lot of the best counters for the Thickitung are actually things that you can really hit back hard against, like Medicham, like Deoxys. So obviously we're going to be able to do some super effective damage with those licks, and the Body Slam's going to put on pressure as well. They actually committed a shield there. We did build up to the potential Power Whip, so now we're actually going to go for the hard hitter move, and it does do a nice amount of damage, and now we're actually threatening them with the lick down, so they're forced to throw their energy, which is more than fine with us. We're going to take that shield advantage over the switch advantage. We know the Frostlass is going to come back in, so what we're going to do is actually build up to a Night Slash and go for that, because if they do unshield it, it is going to do a lot of damage to them. So hopefully we can get that final shield out of them, swap into the Zangoose, and then we'll be able to sweep whatever's in the back. So let's see what it is. It's actually Thickitung, so this is doable, but we're going to have to be very careful with our energy. We're going to have to build up as much as we can without letting one of their moves get through. So we're building up to two close combats. Going to go for the first one, and it's definitely not going to KO because Thickitung is so thick, as we know, but it does do so much damage. We do one more Shadow Claw, and then we go for the Night Slash, and I think we've got enough energy to get up to another move against the Frostlass, and this is probably going to take the Frostlass out, as it's not very tanky. Zangoose hits hard, and once again it's just absolutely sweeping everything. It's always been a really fun pick to use, but it seems to have found its niche in the Retro Cup. So into the next one, a really good lead for the Scyther with the Medicham. We would have had to watch out for Ice Punch, but they dipped, so that tells me they don't have Ice Punch. They went into a Lola Mola, so we come in with that Thickitung, because we do have the option to hit them with super effective with the Power Whip, and to be honest, neither of the other Pokemon are really going to be able to deal with something so tanky. So we go for the Power Whip, hoping that they think we're going to try and bait them. They do let it go through, but it doesn't even really matter, does it, to be honest, because look how much damage it does. Alola Mola is such a tank, and I'm so glad that we haven't seen much of this thing outside of Love Cup, because it does get on my tits a bit. So we're going to commit the shield now, because we want to win that switch advantage. Now that we think that the Medicham doesn't have Ice Punch, we want to keep that aligned to the Scyther, and we're going to be able to do some nice chip to it as well with a Body Slam. I don't think it's quite going to be in range to KO with an Scyther, but we will be getting it down quite low. So expecting that they will commit their first shield to this charge move, which they do. And then we're just really close to getting up to another move. And we decide to actually call that this is a Psychic. And it is the Psychic. So they definitely have Power Up Punch and Psychic. So now in comes that Nidoqueen after I said we've not seen many of them. And we're going to go for the Night Slash. And they commit their last shield to that first Night Slash. So really unusual why the players are doing this. So obviously if we got a boost, now this would have been doing so much more damage to them. And we did CMP tie. So that's absolutely perfect. So now we're going to come in with the Zangoose. And I think after some Shadow Claw damage, a Night Slash will be enough to take them out. They're not going to get up to enough power. So they go for that Poison Fang. And we're just going to farm up as much energy as we can. We get the 2 Night Slashes once again. And you know what it is. You've just seen it over and over and over again. The Zangoose is gonna not take the win in this one because Night Slash isn't gonna be enough. Proper sold you there, didn't I? So yeah, we do lose that one. Unfortunately, Medicham is just still so tanky, it doesn't matter. The Zangoose was not going to take the win there. If we got the boost, we would have been able to do it. So into the next one, Oranguru on the lead for the Scyther. And once again, this is good. Psychic types are something that the Scyther wants to see because that Fury Cutter and the Night Slash Scyther is quite threatening for them, and they actually make a swap into Medicham, which neither of our back 2 Pokemon want to see, so this is a very good thing to see come out. So we're going to go for that Night Slash once again, still fishing for the boost, which is not coming in this matchup. So we do get the Medicham down quite low though, that is something that we really did want to see. And we're probably going to just let it go now and look to come in probably with the Thickitung. Oh, we're actually going to come in with Zangoose. So we're going to take a lot of damage from counters, but energy on this thing is obviously very, very deadly. And now we're going to go for that Night Slash, which is going to be pretty much taking out the Oranguru. If they don't shield it up, they do shield it up. So we come in with the Thickitung now, and we can soak up some damage from the Guru that is also an orangutan. And they go for the Psychics. They don't have Future Sight. I did see a video of someone hitting a Future Sight against someone, and it did tons of damage. So in comes a Frostlass now. So this is looking really nice for us. Once again, we just need to actually threaten them with a Power Whip, get them to use their energy, and they do use it. An Avalanche KOs the Thickitung, so it shows how powerful it is. And once again, building up them 2 Night Slashes, going to take out the Frostlass. And then the Psychic Ape is also going to meet an unfortunate end to this weird creature that has got some dark moves in its arsenal. So goodbye to you, Guru. And Zangoose, just what can I say? Went on this crazy winning run with it. And yeah, I really wanted Scyther to be star of the show, but Zangoose really did take the crown. All these battles were within the same session, and yeah, it was just crazy how many battles I won. I really didn't expect it, so it was great. And they were super entertaining as well, I thought. So into the next one, we had Celio on the lead for the Scyther once again. So not good. We swapped out into the Thickitung, and we were met with the Medicham. So we all know how this plays out. We're going to do a lot of damage back to them with the licks and the body slams, but they are definitely going to outpace us. We're actually going to go for this Power Whip, thinking that we're probably not going to make it to another body slam, and that's getting them down really, really low. Once again, Thickitung is so OP. I'm glad I did build one. It took me ages to walk it, but it has been a good investment. I think it has its best play in the Retro Cup and in the Kanto Cup, which we've got next, actually, coming up. So we did shield up a Psychic from that Medicham, kept the Scyther alive, and we expected the Celio to come back in, and we made an instant swap into Zangoose, and now things are looking pretty bad for us because they've got a lot of energy, and a body slam is going to do a decent amount to us. We probably can take 2, but obviously we're looking pretty bad now. They make a swap into Swampert, so we're building up as much as we can, and we know that close combat is going to do a lot of damage to them. Are they going to let this go? They do actually choose to shield up. That's quite surprising, and we're going to get off this second close combat. It's going to do a lot of damage to the Swampert, putting them in risk of being farmed down, but they're able to mud shot us down, and we somehow managed to Fury Cutter them before they can actually get off the Hydro. I was sure they had it. At this point, I think that they're going to hit us with an Ice Beam. That's why the recording went funny, because I was about to back out, but they actually hit us with a Body Slam, and we live it, and we've got 2 Scythers, so we're actually going to be able to take the win from a pretty unbelievable situation. Once again, I'm not sure how we pulled that one out. How did the Swampert not hit us with a Hydro there? Oh my god. Once again, a crazy end to the matchup, but this time it was the Scyther that pulled it out for us. Next one, terrible lead with the Alolan Graveler, so we swap into Thickitung, and they come in with something else which is not good for us, which is the Noctowl. So we're going to just let the Sky Attack go through at first, and then we're just going to look to put the pressure on with those Body Slams, really hoping that they let these go through now that we've unshielded our Thickitung, and they do let the first one go through, and we're building up as much as we can. So we're going to go for another Body Slam here, really hoping they let this go as well, and they do. And from this point, I think we should be shielding up the Thickitung, because we need to get this thing down low, and we need to try and win the swap. So yes, they are letting it go. That's really good for us, but we just don't have that capability to lick them down. It's just taking too much. They're too tanky, so we are going to let it go. Come in with the Zangoose and look to build up some energy on this, but now we're going to have to shield up a Sky Attack and things are looking really rough. They make a swap into Graveler, so that's good for us because they're switch locked themselves against the thing that we need it matched up against. But that usually is a sign that they've got something else that's going to be able to deal with that Scyther, because otherwise they wouldn't just lock themselves unless they're a complete noob, and they're able to get through another Rock Blast there. God, I didn't realise they built up that much energy. Even a Rock Blast not being a good move, still does a ton of damage to us. Going for the close combat, they're letting it go through, but things don't look good because it's a Pidgeot. So double normal flying and a lone Graveler in the lead. So Scyther had absolutely nowhere to go, caught between a rock and two flying normal types. So absolutely fucked. So into the last battle of the video, and thank you so much if you're still with me, and we're met once again with a Noctowl. We make that swap into the Thickitung and they're staying in, so that's great with us. You know the drill. We need to do as much damage to this thing as we possibly can and get it away from the other two Pokemon. So are they going to let this one go through? They do, and that's looking quite nice for us. I think we'll probably look to we might actually let this go through, because I think we can survive another Sky Attack, and then I think that will actually encourage them to let the next Body Slam go through as well. So let's really hope that they do let this go, and they shield it up, so that's not good for us at all. We're going to be able to get a lot of farm now with the... we're going to come in with Scyther, so that's really interesting that we're going to do that. Not sure why. I think we just didn't want to reveal our last Pokemon just yet, and we can get up to the Night Slash really quickly, so they haven't done too much damage to us. So expecting they're going to let this go through for sure. Noctowl goes down. What are they going to bring in? Expecting another answer to Scyther. And technically it is because it is an electric type. But where this Lantern takes so long to get up to its moves, we're going to be putting on lots of pressure with the spammy X-Scissors. Probably going to get these two off. Expecting them to give up the last shield. Now we bring in the Zangoose. And let's see what they got in the back. Does it want to see the Zangoose? They go for a Hydro Pump, which is complete overkill. And it's wasted all their energy. They've actually got an Alolan Marowak in the back. So you know that two Night Slashes is definitely going to take this thing out, and we're going to easily be able to get up to another move against the Lantern, because it takes an eternity for Lantern to get to its moves. It's one of the reasons that I'm not a fan of it. Spark needs a buff. We go for the Night Slash, which is definitely going to be enough to KO. Zangoose takes the win again in a video where all it's done is completely mop the floor with its opponents. Thank you so much for checking out the video. I really appreciate it. Please smash the like button. Much love to you all. Until the next one, you stay angry, trainers.